Welcome to 36 Minutes of Your Time. My name is DJ Holy, and today I'm in Milton Keynes. I have my first guest, DJ Neptune. We're going to be having a conversation about DJing, about music, and lifestyle. So join us. Let's have a good time. So today is my first day, the first guest for 36 Minutes with DJ Holy, and today I really wanted to make sure I have the legend, our OG, in the game. As a fellow DJ, I felt right to have DJ Neptune.
Yes,
How are you feeling today?
I'm very well. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
So I know you came here for a tour to the UK
It was
for a tour.
really a tour, not a tour per se, but yeah, I just did like few engagements while I was on ground. Yeah.
So how did you say those went so far?
It was good. It was good. So far, the love was amazing. The reception as well. And then, I mean, definitely people out here love to have fun. So it was a good time.
As already established DJ, with everything you've accomplished, with all the music, with all the production side of things, what would you advise a new rising star like ourselves and say, what's the pathway to go in terms of making this a successful one?
First, I mean, you need to be sure you have passion for what you're going into, especially when it comes to DJing, because DJing is beyond just playing music as the audience would perceive it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a psychological thing. You find yourself timing your beats per minute, the song, the vocals, where you want to fade in and fade out. So all of this is a craft that you have to put in work. You have to learn the basics so you can be better or be a good DJ at the job. You know, so I tell people for free, like, make sure you learn the basics, which is very, very key. Basics in the sense that you know what you're going into, you understand the branding aspect, the business side of it, the legal implications sometimes if you don't do the right thing. You know, so all of this putting together needs to go into consideration, you know, so you're on the right path. And then stay original.
Yeah.
Like, have your own identity. It's cool to grab ideas from other people you're learning from, but don't try to be like them because they can only be that one person. You know, you want to carve your own niche. You want to carve a niche for yourself and stand out when people are talking about having DJs or booking DJs or like having a general conversation surrounding DJs. You know, so that's like few advice, and then stay focused.
100%.
You know, don't be carried away with the razzmatazz, the paparazzi that comes with it, or the lavish lifestyle you might think is highly involved. There's a lot of work. You know, for every successful artist or entertainer that you see now, a lot of work has gone in over the years. So don't just see what you see on the outside and feel, oh yeah, it's cool to be a DJ. I want to go into it. You know, so if you're going to go into it, stay focused. Learn the basics and make sure you have your own identity.
Yeah, I feel like when people see us DJs, they tend to want to feel like, oh, he's got this whole big aura going, big enjoyment lifestyle going, and that's where the focus at. And people always
I mean, if that's your focus, then indirectly you've already failed.
Yeah,
you get me? Because when those things are not there like you think it used to be, it becomes a problem if it's something you can handle as an individual. So like I said, make sure the passion is there. You stay focused. Those are the things that will help you overcome.
So for you, what was the journey from starting to DJ to like now releasing music, now having records that gonna receive that award and all that? What was the process that to now releasing music?
I mean, for me, when I started, it was just that little kid who whose dream was to become a DJ, and not just a DJ, a well-celebrated DJ, well-accomplished DJ. And I knew for a fact that the only way I could achieve this is if I put in work.
Yeah.
You get me? So you can't run away from that. You have to put in the work. So my journey is just been work all through from day one, setting goals for myself, and staying to the plan or sticking to the plan.
Sticking to the plan.
I mean, obviously, life will throw itself at you, ups and down. You know, you're planning to the right.
And things don't.
Nature is taking you to the left. So I've always been that guy who's open to such situation and just take it and soak it as it comes.
Yeah.
You know, so over time, started as a street DJ to getting on radio, now becoming a radio DJ, handling corporate and private gigs, weddings, basically all sort of events. And then after on, I linked up with Nate C. I was his band DJ for a couple of years, so that also just exposed me to being on the road, the lifestyle, mixed cultures with other people. And the honest truth is, when I started, for me, it was going to be about music. You know, but my folks weren't really in support of what I wanted to do as at that time.
Okay.
You know, not until I now stumbled on the DJ, do his thing, I fell in love with it and just said, you know what, you've always wanted to be an entertainer.
And this is still in the industry, right?
Yeah, and it was more like I was comfortable in that zone as at that time. So when it was time to bring, or rather infuse music into what I've already started doing based on, I mean, the name is already a household name. Built relationship over time with brands, with artists, producers, you know, so I just told myself, you know, well, let's get into the studio. I might not be the guy directly behind the microphone, but now I'm going to be more of the collaborator, bringing in features that no one ever or would have thought would come together, you know. So basically just adding my own bits to the growth of the industry, and it's been
good.
It's been challenging, but then it's been good.
No, I mean, with everything we've seen, with the whole success, I think, at least from us looking from outside, it's been an amazing journey. I feel like that your journey is very similar to mine as well. So I originally started, I wanted to like do music, to sing and do all of that. Then I noticed it takes me like good 2-3 hours to record. One line. Then I look at maybe you know what I mean. So and I notice when I go on stage, the stage is there for me. When I go on stage, it's my thing. I'm killing it on stage. I like when I go on stage, I shut it down. So I said, okay, cool. Maybe now the DJ side and the DJing fell apart. I feel like we have that similar, and also talking about like the whole journey. What would you say from your side? Because I remember you were saying about how you got to be unique. What would you say is, what would you say the unique thing of DJ Neptune is? What would you say, how do you feel like people would say, this is DJ Neptune?
So for me, I always like to leave a long-lasting impression at my gigs. I mean, it doesn't matter how little it is or how big it is, you know, I always like to leave that long-lasting exposure. So I take that person out to make sure my performance is top-notch. And aside from that, basically, for me, it's just taking the craft the way it is, putting all my energy behind it, and making sure I'm not trying to be the best, but at least I'm up there when you're having conversations about one of the best DJs from. You get me? So that's like main goal for me. So all of that just basically makes.
Yeah, I think obviously one of the gigs you did since when you came when you've been here now in the UK, one of them was the one in Birmingham, which we did together, which I was there as well. And I felt like one thing I really liked was towards at the end, you first thing is when you came, which is like me as well. So when you walked in with with the whole entourage and everything, you wasn't too forced about, okay, let's go do all the whole celebrity thing, let's get drinks and stuff like that. You were just, okay, guys, when is my turn? And they keep coming back to tell me, because I did it right before you. They keep coming back to tell me, oh, when is it coming on? When you guys want it with like 10 minutes, 15 minutes? And when you came on, which the other thing I really, really like was when you came on, at the end, you were able to like make sure you mingle with people and say hi to people, and you were taking pictures with some of the people I know, and everybody was like, "Oh, he's a really nice guy" and stuff like that. No, I think it's amazing. In terms of music now, okay, quickly. In terms of music, Joeboy, or Mr. Eazi, who is your best collaborator? Would you say?
All of them, to be honest, because I've done music with Eazi, I've done with Joeboy.
Because you've done
like having
a lot with both of them,
So I mean, there's that. I mean, first we work closely. Empower Africa distributes my content, and then Joeboy obviously is under Empower Africa as well. So there's just this understanding as friends and also as colleagues. You get me? And I feel we have the synergy together when we decide to make
Make
music.
music, yeah.
You know, so it's just been the perfect blend of, you know, knowing what to do at the right time,
Yeah.
and then doing what needs to be done to have a successful record or be whatever we plan or we set aside to do.
In terms of, again, I really wanted to discuss more quite about releasing music with you today. In terms of the releasing music side of things, how would you advise somebody like myself, the new rising guy coming up in the UK, how would you advise us in terms of getting collaboration and getting on this collaboration? Maybe the big ones or the small ones, what would you advise?
I mean, if you know you have the ability to curate your own songs or your own music, I tell people go for it. You know, if you're blessed to have it big, so be it. You know, if you have to start little, then one day, you know, little by little, you're going to be everywhere, which is what I did. I've been putting out music far back as 2008, 2009, and then officially 2010, I started like taking it more serious, you know, promotion-wise, branding-wise, get the music video shot and all of that. You know, so it's like I said, everyone you see out there right now, kind of like making waves. Trust me, a lot of work has gone in over the years. You know, some might be lucky to have it happen for them in less than a year. I mean, kudos to you. I mean, with the help of social media, you know, and all of that stuff, it gives you that upper edge. You know, but it's always good when you go through the process of the journey. You know, there's that excitement, there's that beauty when at the end of the day you look at where you've been coming from or where you're coming from and how far you've gone. You know? So if you know you have the ability, you know, go for it, conquer your territory, and then gradually you start expanding.
Which one is your favorite collaboration or song so far? Because I've seen quite a lot you've done for a long time. I've seen the ones we've even the Prince from time ago. Which one would you say so far is your best collaboration song?
So for every song, like I have a lot of unreleased records, right? And every record I make is dear to me, you know. So there's really not. I don't really have that. Oh, this is my favorite track over this one, because with me when I'm making music, it depends on how I feel as at that particular time or the message I'm trying to pass across. You know, for the fact that the song makes it out, then already it's something I love, or it's something that is dear to me. You know, so I mean, there's really no that one track I can say is my favorite.
And also another question I wanted to ask you: Do you do productions? Do you do your productions?
Some I do, but what I also have working for me is I have like a lot of producer friends, and then I have producers under my own label, Neptune Records as well. So most times my producers are in the studio working, creating beats based on the direction I must have given to them. And then sometimes it's just, you know what, I think this idea will work, listen. And for me, I'm very open-minded. You know? So if I see the potential in it, I go for it. So like I said, I'm in there producing, but most times lately I'm just co-producing because I'm always on the road. I'm doing shows. There's a lot of other things to handle, and production takes a lot of time.
And that's the thing I wanted to like really have a conversation with you about. It's about this whole thing of is DJs producing and stuff like that. I felt like so for me, when we're making songs, I just believe the best product matters, right? I believe regardless of how it came, you want to like focus on the best product instead of maybe putting ego out there. And I do obviously agree with the fact that you want to focus on. You could sometimes co-produce, sometimes you could fully produce it, sometimes you could just come off, oh, this is the idea I'm thinking, this is the idea I feel like would work. Or you hear a song, you hear a song about, okay, this one, I should be part of the songs. And yeah, so next thing I wanted to discuss with you about is, we're trying to make this session a little bit fun session and make it sound. In Nigeria, where is your favorite place to eat? And what meals do you go for?
In Nigeria, favorite place to eat is my house.
Okay, fair. Okay, let's say favorite restaurant per se. If you go out quite a
So
lot.
I'm not an introvert, and I'm not like the outgoing type whereby I would dress up and say, oh, I'm going to a particular
Quite a lot,
restaurant
yeah.
to go eat. So I really don't have that one favorite. It's just me because my life is out there already. I'm always on the road. So the
Yeah.
little time I have to myself, I don't want to be out. I just
Yeah.
want to be home, resting,
Yeah.
strategizing, thinking of the next move to make. Because I don't really have that favorite sport I
go
can
to
make
the,
mention of and say, oh,
This is
where
my
I'll definitely go to. Nah.
Yeah.
And in terms of my favorite food, I love my local food.
What do you?
So my favorite is ogbono soup and pounded yam.
Yeah, fair.
With some goat meal assorted, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
fair,
sprinkle in there.
fair. No. And two more fun questions. Then we're gonna be back to like the DJ side of things. Okay, what's your favorite blog? Like social media blog you go for? You.
I'm always the last person. I don't know.
What blog do you be like? Okay, I'm behind reading what's happening.
Man, you just want to cast me. I mean, shout out to my guy Tunde Ednuts.
Okay.
I'm always on his page sometimes,
Uh-huh.
you know. And then a lot of I don't know if I should call them skit makers.
Okay,
Because I
yeah.
feel they are creative in their own way. But I would say guys that create content like funny content online.
You watch quite a lot. Of
There are a
those.
lot, like from Brother Shaggy to Mr. Sabinos to, like the list is endless. A lot of them.
I feel like a lot of good contents are popping up these days, like literally from Nigeria, which is really
very
really good.
meaningful
Yeah.
and educative. I
Yeah.
mean, you get the message, you laugh, and
Yeah.
you just keep it going.
Yeah. Then last one on the like the fun side of this conversation. Okay? We're talking about blog now. What's the one blog you feel like it's what's the word? The messiest. You feel like, guys.
So I'll be honest, I don't pay attention, so I don't know.
Okay,
So I
good.
wouldn't pinpoint that this
Size,
particular now.
No, but anyways, going back to the DJing side of things, right? And I'm really, what's your opinion of syncing? Like when DJs use sync buttons, what's your opinion on that?
So for me, my honest opinion is, if you are an already established DJ, and you feel like, okay, I just want to make things a bit easier for myself, I'm just gonna sync and play around the same tempo or BPM. Yeah, that's understandable. But for me, I like to always feel like I'm working.
Okay.
You know, I learned from the days of huge turntables, vinyl, mixer, and when I say turntable, I'm talking about bed drive, not even like the direct drive. So a lot of times your brain is working, your hand is pitching, trying to catch up. You're guiding the turntable as well, just to be sure your beats is matching at the same time.
Yeah.
You know, so coming from that era to just being behind the controller and just syncing and pressing buttons, it just makes me feel like I'm not working.
Okay.
You know,
okay.
so I always like to work while I'm being creative at that time when I'm performing.
Yeah.
You know, but if you're an up and coming DJ who's trying to get into the craft and you're already getting used to just using the sync button, I don't think it's advisable.
Okay.
You get me? You know, put in the work.
Yeah.
That would only just make you feel good, like, okay, yes, I'm working. I'm not just...
I'm doing, yeah.
I mean, yeah, the sync button was created for a reason. Like I said, if you're an already established DJ and
you already know what you do. So basically, we're saying if you know you already know how to use it without sync, and you can do that. But if you want to make it faster, you can still use sync.
Yeah,
No
but
problem.
don't sync a 90 BPM with a 130 BPM.
That's not right.
That's not healthy for the job.
Yeah.
You know, it might sound right to you, but to people that understand and appreciate music, they're just gonna look at you.
Yeah,
like,
90 to
what
130 it's a bit
Makes
much.
no sense, yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree. Then, in terms of, I feel like, I don't know how it is in Nigeria, and I would like you to, and I know we've got quite a short time, but I'd really like you to introduce it. So, sometimes we have, and I'm sure you got experience with it, in the UK, sometimes DJs, they do have like this whole hard time with promoters and club owners in terms of maybe pays and stuff like that. How would you advise people to avoid how would you advise DJs to avoid situations like that? Because you finish a job and somebody now, a promoter or club owner, is telling you, oh, so because we didn't make enough money today, we can't pay you. So how do people avoid stuff like that?
I mean, I understand you're trying to make money, you know, but you also need to understand that you've probably put in money to learn what you have, and also you've invested in buying equipment. So it's always good to know yourself what,
Yeah.
so you don't sell yourself cheap. And I understand the idea of club owners, promoters sometimes trying to act tricky and all of that. But the honest truth is the only reason why they contacted you in the first place is because they need your service. They know they need the music to operate. You know, so if the night goes well, it doesn't go well, I don't think that should be on the DJ. You know, because as promoters, as club owners, you also need to do your job.
Yeah.
You know, in as much as you have a DJ who plays good music for the crowd that's coming to your spot or to come have a good time. So my advice is, I mean, if you have to sign the document, sign the documents, get your money.
Yeah.
Me, I tell people, like, it might sound crazy sometimes, but if you're booking me, I'd rather you just give me my full payment.
Yeah.
The management will get you your invoice and all of that, because I don't like chasing after
Payment
promoters. Yeah,
later.
in general, I hate it because it makes me feel some type of way. Like a lot of promoters I've dealt with, like they just, because I'm a soft guy, and some of them know, you know, so they will always be like, Neptune would always bend, but it's really not cool when you're trying to take advantage of someone else, because it doesn't make any sense.
And I see it as it's like you work for I was saying to one of these promoters, it's like you work for a company. If you work for a company, they don't go at the end of the month and say, because we didn't make enough profit,
you're not going to get paid. Yeah,
because we didn't make enough profit, you're not going to get paid.
It doesn't make any sense, you know, because at the end of the day, that DJ is human like yours. Right?
Yeah, and this is their job.
He's got bills to pay, and that's the only reason why he came out to work and also accept your gig. So the right thing to do is just pay them and keep that relationship going. But I know human beings can be a bit difficult sometimes, and they just love to take advantage of people. So most times it's not like you don't have the money.
This is the thing.
Because if you're running a business, you need to understand that you're either going to make profit or you're going to have some loss.
The day you make, the day promoters or club owners make, I don't know, £10,000 profit, they're not going to come to the DJ and be like, here is extra more. They don't do that. And it's not like we want extra more. It's like, just pay for
what I'm doing.
For the service, for what we have agreed. Just pay fairly, really. Yeah. And it's one, I was saying to a friend the other day, I just feel like sometimes most of these things are done. If you see some of these club promoters, they'll owe you money. The next day, you see them in the club popping bottles. If you just reduce one of those bottles, you'll be paying all of us.
No.
Yeah,
but I've seen all sorts, so I can relate. But I mean, as a DJ, the honest truth is, don't put yourself in that situation. You know, you might feel hurt not getting paid, but then it doesn't make any sense if you remain there, because you're just going to continue doing that. They're just going to continue disrespecting you and devalue you and make you feel like, oh, am I that bad, or what exactly?
Yeah, and that could really affect you as a person.
So for me, what I tell people is, whatever is going to be yours will be yours. Whatever is going to come your way will come your way. Yes. Just put in work. Make sure you're one of the top guys people are having conversations about. Yeah. And if that promoter or that club owner is trying to mess you over at that particular time, keep it going. Leave that place. Yours will come your way. And
what's yours?
Trust me, at the end of the day, they would regret not having you in their corner. That's just it.
Yeah. Then also, I know we're gonna round up soon. For right now, I know you've just released the song with Joeboy, Momo with Joeboy. So what's the goal with in terms of pushing that and promoting that? Is anything?
I mean, what's the goal? It's literally a month old. It's doing well. The numbers are growing very, very good. Spotify, Apple Music, and all of that. The music video is about to drop. You know, so definitely help boost the promotion. Back home, it's doing well. It's playing in the clubs. It's playing on radio. I know when the video drops, for a fact, it's going to further enhance the song. People would get to relate to it more based on the message behind it. And I mean, that's part of also what I've been doing here in the UK, doing radio interviews, podcast interviews, you know, trying to talk about this more, reach more audience, and keep growing the brand. You know, so it's going well.
And what music, like, is there like new sounds and new musical artists you're listening to? You like, okay, this guy's, the sound is what you should.
I listen to I listen to a lot of music. I listen to a lot of music. It doesn't have to be hip hop, R&B, Amapiano, Afrobeat. I listen to all stuff, get ideas, you know, and then look out for artists to work with. Because my main goal is to conquer the world, not just be that DJ from West Africa or one of the best DJs from Africa, you know. I want to be one of the best DJs on this planet.
And with the success of Afrobeat now, how do you feel like is there an impact on the DJs? Do we get more of that? How do you, because we're the one pushing the music even more.
Yeah, we're pushing the music more, and obviously we're feeling the impact, because I mean, you're getting booked. I'm getting booked. You know, if we didn't do our own beats to push the culture to where it is right now, there won't be room for such conversation. You know? So what I tell people is, I say it again, work on yourself, build your brand, make sure you're stronger. As the genre grows bigger, when people are having conversations about DJs to book for festival, for parties, for events, you're in that conversation, you know, so that gives you an upper end. So that should be your main goal.
Give you a main goal. But no. It was really amazing having this conversation today. I wanted to be able to like speak to you, get from your side of things in terms of with everything you've achieved from the music to the DJing side of things, and again in terms of the scene in Nigeria versus here in the UK, what have you noticed so far? Like, is there like any differences? In like maybe the club scenes or the event scenes in the UK versus
Nigeria? There's really not that much difference. The only difference I would say, it's maybe the control and the time the nightclubs or the lounges closes for the day.
Open and close, okay.
Yeah, open, so that's the only, it's people, people going out to have a good time, listen to good music from the DJ.
I heard like Nigeria, they stay till like 8 a.m.
If you're jobless, if you want to be there till 10 a.m., I'm sure the DJ will be there to entertain you, as long as you have your popping bottles.
Club opens till that time?
Nah, come to Nigeria in December. It's always it's crazy. Like everyone is club hopping, and then there are some that are open till like 8 a.m., 9 a.m. If you have the energy and strength to be there till that time, like I said, you don't necessarily have to be jobless. You just enjoy it. So it's your life. Live it. You know.
No, I think here we have like in Birmingham, which you can, we have like a spot that goes from till like the highest we have is like 6 a.m.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, and on Sunday, which is in Birmingham, which is our peak day now. Right? It's not like even Saturday. Sunday is our peak day. People go from 1. They start like day party from like 3 o'clock, then they come to ours, which is like the 10 to 4 a.m. and they go to another one, which is go to 6 a.m. I was like, guys, it's amazing. So if you're not a DJ and you're not doing the production and everything, what would you feel like you'd be doing right now?
I'll still be an entertainer, because no disrespect to my 9 to 5 people. I've never really been that guy. No, I know definitely I would fall sick.
Would you do like MCing?
No, definitely. Maybe not MCing, but still be in the entertainment. Maybe behind the scene.
Stuff,
you get me?
really.
Yeah. But obviously, it's entertainment for me. I have other businesses on the side, but like this is what gives me joy. You know. So at the end of the day, it's what I want to do.
I think it's like it comes from like the whole passion and how it's just been part of. How long have you been in the whole industry, not just DJing and from music? How long?
Professionally, the luck I had was I started very early. So professionally, I've done 2 decades.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a good time. That's a good
I've had,
experience.
you know. So trust me,
You've seen quite a lot of people come
I've
in
seen
and go.
quite a lot. I've seen quite a lot.
What?
I've seen people come and go. I've been able to earn a lot of experience
Talking
over
about
the
that,
years.
what's your relationship with like? I remember looking back at some of your old stuff. You had quite. It seems like you were doing quite a lot of like maybe the Mohit Records kind of people
Yeah.
side. What was the relationship there like?
It's always been a very healthy relationship. You know, I've seen the guys come into the industry from Jazzy to the bench
Yeah.
to setting up the label, having the Prince,
Yeah.
Dr. Seed, Wande Cole, Ike Chukwu as at that time, and then moving to Maven, having the first Maven babies from the Reekado to Corey
Yeah.
Day to Tira Savage. So the artists they have under their flagship now, you know, it's just building healthy relationship,
Because you went,
respect, and
because you had a song with the Prince that
yeah,
time,
yeah.
and now you've had this, you have song as well with Rema now.
Yeah.
Can you see how
Yeah, I
it's
know.
gone
So,
from
yeah, from the band, I've done a record with
With
the
the band
band.
as well.
I've done a record with Wande Cole. I've done a record with the Prince.
Yeah.
Down to Ruga.
Yeah.
Down to Rema.
Yeah. I
I think Reekado Bank at some point as well. Yeah,
Yeah.
come to think of it, like I never really thought
exactly.
about it.
You see how so because I really like the record you did. I don't know what happened to him. So I really like the song you did with Rema. It's one of
Okay,
my
for you.
yeah,
Yeah,
for
yeah.
me
Yeah,
for you
you,
yeah,
yeah.
the song yeah for me. So the song is one of I feel personally, for my personal take, I think a lady that booked me for a wedding requested the song.
Oh, wow, nice.
And this was like, I didn't know the song. I was like, is there a song like this? And I listened to it. It's one of those records that's just there and they're just good
Yeah.
for a long time.
Yeah, it's just there because I mean, when it dropped on my last album, there was a little misunderstanding back and forth with I would say the team,
Yeah.
not Rema, because I mean, he didn't know what was going on back end in terms of conversation
Okay.
with my legal team
Yeah.
and their legal team and my management and his management as well, you know, and he had asked that they should reach out to me and let me know that okay. As at the time I wanted to release the song, he didn't want that record out because
at
he
the
had
time,
other
yeah.
plans for something else. And we were going to do something else because the honest truth is that record was already like a year old, you know, but that conversation didn't get to me as at when it was meant to get. I'd submitted the project already, and it was
yeah.
a situation of if we go back to tell the DSPs that we want to pull out the song, is as good as pulling down the whole project. So the pitching and all of that had gone
Gone
would
too
just
deep inside.
with everything would just fail, you know. So what happened had to happen, but like I said, he didn't get the right communication, and when he came at me, everyone felt like, oh, everyone obviously had their own side
Yeah,
and
yeah.
whatnot,
Yeah.
you know, expecting me to react differently.
Yeah.
And when I later put out my own statement and screenshot of conversations with the management, screenshot of emails with legal team,
Yeah.
percentage and all of that. So it wasn't a situation whereby Neptune was trying to take advantage of Rema. So when he got the clearer picture, he reached out to me like, oh, Big Bro, I'm so sorry. I didn't know that was what it was, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, we're still going to go in and create that record. And he did go back on social media and Twitter like, oh, all good. You know, I've met Neptune. We've squashed it out.
We squashed it,
you know, but people always like to contribute.
Feed on those.
Yeah, they like to feed off what they don't really know,
Yeah,
have
quite a
details
lot.
about.
Yeah.
And I'm the sort of person who I don't like explaining myself.
Yeah.
There's really no point
I
because you're
think,
going to.
yeah, you have that calm aura.
Yeah, I don't like.
You don't need
You'll never
those-
find me in people's conversations. I don't have that. I like.
Yeah.
I'm neck deep into my business to be
Yeah.
bothered about what you think
Where
or how
everybody
you
else-
feel about
yeah.
me. That's your opinion.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
But no, in terms of, and this will probably be one of the last one I wanted to just speak to you now about. In terms of pushing a record from having the song to the studio to now a popular song. Right now, how do you feel like? Is there like you need to have like a big budget to it? Is it that or?
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy right now with music promotion, and it's just a global thing. You know, cost of living is crazy now,
Yeah,
inflation and all of that.
everything is.
So, a song that you might use a let me say a decent budget to promote is not what it is now. I
Yeah,
mean, coming from production, mixing and mastering,
yeah,
shooting a nice music video, I mean, ads on digital space, because at the end of the day, you want people to know what you're selling,
yeah, yeah,
what you're
yeah,
showcasing. You know, influencers, it's crazy.
yeah,
But at the end of the day, it's business. You put in money to make money.
yeah.
You know, so you just still have to do what you have to do.
And these days, I do feel like maybe making money as a DJ is one of the things is music. If your music end up blowing up, hopefully, if the music end up blowing up, hopefully, and the show side of things is that mix you don't make. It's not like before you maybe make CD mix and sell it to people and
Nah, I
you
mean,
want.
even, nah, we make.
How do all DJs make of money?
Okay, so I'll
Oh,
tell you with what you just mentioned, making mixtapes and selling them to people. You just need to move with time. Like
yeah,
traditional way of
doing it
doing
now is
that
gone.
is
It's
gone.
past. Yeah,
You know, shout out to Apple Music. What Apple Music has been trying to do is to create an avenue whereby DJs can
make
make mixes and then upload on the platform through a DSP, or if they at Apple Music onboard you themselves, and then quarterly
you can get paid for that.
no, you get paid for it.
Is that not like a very few selected, like if they onboard you really? Is that not
Not very few selected. You just have to do your research.
yeah.
It's
Okay.
it's open to. I mean, on the Apple Music side, I don't know if they select some certain DJs or if they onboard some certain DJs. But to my best of knowledge, if you go on like the mix compilation section of Apple Music, you see tons
Required.
of
Yeah.
mixes from. And if your mix, I mean, speaking from
Yeah,
experience,
yeah.
I
Because
know.
we reached out to Spotify, and
No,
what
Spotify has not.
not
It's
yeah,
only
that's what I'm
Apple
saying. Yeah,
Music
so yeah, we did reach out to
that's been.
Spotify that, and for example, I have quite a lot of mix on YouTube, and my mixes go like millions, like 2 million views, 1 million view, 900K views, like high numbers. But something like YouTube you would never make money of that because they say it's kind of a it's
Yeah,
someone's
it's
music.
copyright. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's someone's,
copyright. But
which is fair.
I think even with YouTube as well, yeah, it's fair because on the
It's
other
someone's
hand,
music you're playing with, right?
you're playing with someone's music,
Yeah.
you know, and it's always right for you to state that this is a promotional mix,
Yeah.
because I mean people just want to look for cheap means of how to stream music, and it hurts the creative
As well, yeah.
after putting in so much work, effort, and resourcing and funds, and then someone somewhere is
Just
streaming their
recreating it,
stuff,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
for free. You know, so I know even with YouTube, they also have a way they work around it, if I'm not mistaken. But Apple Music for a fact, they've been able to figure out how to make sure the the DJs are happy, the creatives are happy, the record labels are happy, and their Apple Music, they're also happy as well.
Okay. No, thank you again for this. I appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
It was
Thank you. You
lovely.
got
It
it
was
wrong.
lovely. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.